And it all started in the late 1920s, early 1930s. So as the Great Depression is really getting going, the Kenmore ladies were looking for a way to raise funds to help with the restoration and the saving of Kenmore. And they ended up striking a really interesting deal with the Dromedary Cake Mix Company, because the Dromedary Cake Mix Company was looking for historic cake recipes from famous American women, historical figures, who might have recorded their special recipes somewhere. And it turns out that Mary Washington was one of those women. And so the Kenmore Ladies Association essentially said that we will give you the rights to use that cake mix recipe if you, in turn, let us sell the cake mix as a fundraiser to help in the preservation of Kenmore. And the eventual contract was a little bit more complicated than that, but suffice it to say, essentially, the Dromedary Cake Mix Company kept supplying the Kenmore Association with cake mix to be sold through DAR chapters and at local events for the next 25, 30 years, through the height of the Great Depression and even into the war years when sugar was rationed. So it became a huge partnership and a major way that Kenmore raised funds for the restoration.
It's interesting that the people behind Kenmore, I mean, they were shrewd.
They were shrewd, and not too many people said no to them either. If they came to you for help or with an idea, then it was a pretty foregone conclusion that you were going to agree to it, and the Dromedary Cake Mix Company certainly did.
Just the whole background behind them saving. I mean, they were passionate about this and used a lot of things at their disposal.
Absolutely.
That others weren't doing.
Absolutely. I mean, they really were creative. And I mean, who would have ever thought of such a thing as selling gingerbread?
Yeah.
And of course, longtime visitors to Kenmore know that for years we sold, gave out gingerbread and tea from the kitchen after every tour. And to this day, we still sell gingerbread cake mix in the gift shop. So gingerbread became an icon for Kenmore, and it was really one of the most creative things that the ladies did to help in their fundraising efforts.
So how did the whole with the Dromedary company, how did that finally come to a conclusion?
Well, I think finally the Dromedary Cake Mix Company did eventually go out of business. It sort of was folded into another major company, I think maybe Nabisco, and so that was sort of the end of the deal. But it lasted for decades, and long after the original contracted agreement was up. So apparently, it was really beneficial to both of them.